If you want to run faster, any speed or distance, practice the fall element. So there's 3 elements in the gait cycle. There's the pose, there's the fall, which is fall, and then there's pull. So the fall is acceleration. You use gravity. So it's actually really exciting because any speed, any age, you can actually run faster simply by practicing how to fall, which, by the way, as you get older, it gets a little bit scarier. So it's a controlled fall. It's a supported fall. So I have this PVC pipe, and I'm just going to show you. If I just kind of toss the pipe back and forth, right? What is stopping the pipe from moving? My hand. Also, what is controlling the direction of the movement? Also my hand. But I can also control, if I don't put my hand there, what is going to bring that stick down? Gravity, right? So I'm actually controlling how far I let the stick fall. This is kind of what you're doing when you run. It's a controlled fall. And we're obviously not a stick, so we're not going to just face plant. We're going to hold our upper body line like it's on this stick. So this is really neat. When you stand still and you make the figure 4, so I'm going to use this, look. See, I'm on the line. It's ears, shoulders, hips, lifted ankle. This is called your fall line, and it's the falling pose. So when I'm standing on the ground during my run, I would like to be on this line for less than 1/10 of a second. I don't want to stay there, I'm running. It's called a shaky balance. And then what happens is, because your knee is bent, I'm not straight like this PVC pipe. As soon as I bend my knees, watch, my upper body actually is in front of the pipe. So I'm going to stand on this slant board for a minute because I want to show you something. If the ground was sloping up like an uphill right now, can you see that my shoulders are behind my hips? So it would be really awkward to climb up a hill right now, right? Put this pipe down. However, if I'm standing here holding my line with my knees bent, looking ahead, and I call this lifting your line. It's really your torso and it's your rib cage. Right, here's my little uphill, right? So I get to an uphill. I'm looking ahead. If I take this and just keep traveling forward, my body's going forward, but I lift my torso up. Watch. Up, up, right? If I'm standing in my running pose and this is an uphill. Here's an uphill, and I think lift my torso, guess what? I'm going to fall up the hill. Contrary to that, if I'm going downhill, so the ground is sloping away from me, notice the same thing. Where are my shoulders? If I'm just standing here, why am I not going down the hill? Because right now my shoulders are a little bit behind. But now watch. If I take my shoulders and I put my fall line together, remember, ears, shoulders, hips should be in line. Watch what happens. Make my line, pull. There I went. You see, the travel part happens, that fall happens when you're lined up and balanced in pose. So whether I'm on a straight line, so watch, if I'm standing in pose, my shoulders are also just a little bit behind because I'm holding balance. However, if I want to travel, right, and I put myself in line, watch what happens. Ears, shoulders, hips in line. Just from standing still, you see, I traveled. Any speed or distance. So once you learn, one, what that feels like, first of all, you have to practice, of course, standing in your pose, right? All of that good stuff. But you also have to just practice that concept of fall. And so it's fun. I have all kinds of toys. I encourage them, even like a PVC pipe, because watch, if I'm holding this, right, and I'm here, and you take this forward, that doesn't really make sense to have my weight in front of me. It makes sense to have my weight overhead. If I make my line higher, I'm going to run faster. And this is really neat. Remember when I showed you that if I just pull in place, if I pump my arms and I try to make my feet move, I don't go anywhere? This is important because if I do something standing still and nothing happens, as far as I didn't go anywhere, it's probably not going to help me run faster when I'm running, right? And this is important because, like I said, if I'm standing still and someone's like, well, I'm pulling as fast as I can, and I'm really pumping my arms, and I'm not going anywhere, you're missing the fall element. And like I said, any speed or distance. So if I start to realize that running needs that fall element. One, I'm going to think about it. So I'm looking at where I'm falling to, but what is falling? So I have to learn what falling is. It's lifting up. So then I'm like, okay, I'm pulling. Let me lift up. And then off you go. So this is a great tool. And this weighs nothing. It's just a PVC pipe. You can use a light bar if you want. I use broomsticks, PVCs. You start to learn. Most people think they're lined up. And I'll tell them, line up. And they're here. If you start to practice being here and then lifting these, see the ribs, not my shoulders. This is important. Not my shoulders, not my biceps, not my muscles. You don't want a bunch of arm muscle. It just weighs a lot. You want to be able to open your rib cage. So once you start doing things like that, like I use the pipe and I do things like twist and you go side to side and people think, why do I do this? What's important about it? You need to be able to move through your torso so you can run, you can lift it. This is where the speed lies. And we miss out on this because we think that speed is moving arms and legs. And then when I tell people to practice falling, and I encourage this, falling, absolutely, free fall, woohoo, right? You want to just let go into the abyss and woo, absolutely. But in reality, what creates that you can practice on your own, and it's going to help with your posture. Walking, standing, sitting, all of it gets so much better when you lift that torso. So I encourage this PVC pipe to work on the sensation of being lifted and check in on your perception. Find a line. Are you really lined up, right? Am I really there? Are my ears, shoulders, hips, are they really on this line? See? Like, can you really tell I'm on a line? And if this is uncomfortable, just work on your shoulder mobility, right? And we have a ton of we have shoulder mobility. We have all that stuff. We've got it on our app now, which is great. It's on our free 3-2-1 run. But I'm telling you, once you start to really let go of your upper body and learn how to lift, and I'm going to show you some things from a client that came through and learned this. All of a sudden, when you run, what you realize is my arms and legs will move faster. I just have to lift my torso, and it's just so much more fun. So give it a shot. You don't have to have a PVC pipe. Find a line that you can line up with. Lift yourself up. Really lift. Really lift. Start to pull in place. Looking ahead. Let go. And you're going to travel forward. Keep pulling your foot up. Want to run faster? Lift higher. Pull quicker. Check it out, guys. It's free 3-2-1 run on the app. Let me know if you try it. Really enjoy the comments. Really enjoy the feedback. And thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And share if you can. Want to get everybody running, of course, pain-free, but also a little faster if they want. Have a great run.